Okay, so this is an intro to NTR400. I'm going to start with the syllabus. I actually didn't go through this entirely with the class. You'll want to review this on your own. I just did want to point out my contact information and when I have office hours. So I have office hours Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 10:30 to 11:30 by Zoom or by appointment. So you can always log in to Zoom at that time. You can also come by and see me in person during that time. My office is located at Health South, room 469. The rest of this you can kind of review on your own. There's nothing specific that I want to point out. Really what's more important is all of your projects and the requirements for the course. Some of what you're going to see here is you're not going to see on your end because I have it in instructor mode, but I'll just point out the things that you'll want to be aware of. First, just you want to review the information for start here. Here's my office hour link if you choose to go via Zoom. You should download this full course schedule with the dates because this is going to tell you basically what we're doing every lecture, and then depending on what project you select will then dictate which lecture you need to attend. So for instance, the next couple of weeks, the 30th and the 13th, these are optional. You don't have to attend, but I'll be going over how to apply for internships on the 30th, and then Tina Shepard is going to be via Zoom, and she's going to go over like what internship directors look at for internship applications. Again, not required, but one that I probably would recommend for students to attend, but I won't take attendance. Okay. The following weeks are all really most of them are dependent on what project you select. So if you pick the personal statement or resume project or career services, you would attend on this day. If you don't pick any three of those projects, then you don't have to attend class on the 20th. There are a few to point out that will be for all students. So on the 27th, the Dietetic Mentor Day, all students need to attend that, and we're actually meeting in Health South 222. You're going to be paired up with a couple of 150 students, and you'll answer some questions and make some connections there as far as the younger students. It's essentially mentoring senior level dietetic students with freshman dietetic students and providing some mentorship there. It's a one-time thing. You don't necessarily have to continue the mentoring if you choose not to. But it's an opportunity for those students and for you to start that relationship if desired. You will have some online lectures that you're going to do this all on your own. You won't attend class for that. Just be mindful of the due dates. They open up about 2 weeks before the due date, so you'll have plenty of time to go online and complete the lecture and the quiz. These two lectures review important DPD competencies that we don't get to review in class otherwise. So it is important that you complete those to ensure you meet the competencies for the program. The rest of these, the last one I should say is there's an RD panel that I have come on the 1st of November, and I do require all students to attend that. I usually have RDs from a couple different disciplines, a clinical dietitian, an entrepreneur, one that does policy, one that does food service. So you guys can listen to what they do and ask questions about their jobs and how they got their positions and the like. And so all students are required to attend that day. The rest, of course, are just dependent upon which project you select. Okay. The other thing I should point out is you want to scroll down and your individual project due dates are listed here. So depending on what project you select, you'll want to highlight or ensure you follow those due dates accordingly. So I'm going to move over to the modules. There are a few projects, or I'm sorry, assignments in addition to the online lecture and quiz that you're required to do, or the whole class is required to do, not just project-based. So the project proposal is one of them. This is where you're going to just tell me what 3 projects you're selecting for the semester. So you'll just type in the text box which projects you decide on after reviewing this lecture or this video. LinkedIn is something else that I require all students to do. If you have a LinkedIn profile already, great. You'll just want to make sure you review the requirements and that you're meeting your current LinkedIn profiles, meeting those requirements. And then you'll place your LinkedIn profile link in a discussion board to get credit. And then you can also review your fellow students' LinkedIn accounts and then connect with them. So it's a way to network amongst each other. So if you don't have a LinkedIn account already, if you're not familiar with LinkedIn, this will give you some information about it, but it's basically an online way for you to network and to have a professional appearance or profile online. Don't worry about the DARs, not applicable for you this semester. And then here's your online quizzes that I was referring to before, so you have the information. You're not going to be able to open these quite yet. They will unlock on the 19th of September and October 24th. So you'll be able to go in and review that information and complete the quiz. There is an exit survey that will unlock at the end of the semester. This is part of the DPD requirements. As a director, I'm required to solicit feedback from dietetics students like yourself. And so this is purely your feedback on the program, not just this class, but the program. So what classes did you like in the program? What shall we add? What classes were challenging or really difficult? So just basic feedback on that. This isn't all or nothing. As long as you complete it and give me your opinions, you get the full 50 points. Okay. I'm going to scroll past this peer mentoring. This is no longer a project option since we're doing the peer mentoring day with the 150 students later on in the month. So your first project option, remember you're picking 3. Your first option is a personal statement. So all internships or graduate programs typically require a personal statement. This is a statement all about you, and you usually have to answer a couple questions like why are you into dietetics and why would you be a good fit for their program. And so it's written in first person. This is one of the harder documents you're going to find to write. While it is about you, it's hard to make it stand out. So a lot of students have a couple of drafts of this that they work on, so this is a good opportunity just to start that process. If you know you're going to apply to an internship, this might be a good option for you to pick. Resume is another option. If you don't have a resume or you know your resume needs some work, all internships require a resume to be submitted with their application. So if you don't have a resume already, this is the time you might want to start creating one and drafting one, and this project will help you get there. Gives you some pointers, things to put on, things to leave out, ways to format it, etc. Interviewing skills. This interviewing is a skill. It is something that you have to practice, and it's not something that we're innately good at. So you will have many opportunities throughout your professional career to have interviews, and so the more practice you can have and the more times you can practice saying certain or answering questions in a certain way, the better you will find your interview experience will be. So this particular project will have 2 different lectures. One will talk about all the nuances and things to think about in an interview, and then the second one we're going to practice answering those questions in groups. A lot of times you have a set answer of how you're going to answer it in your head, but then when you get nervous or you actually have to say it out loud, it doesn't come out as eloquently as you had hoped. And so practicing it does help that part of it. So that's another project you could select. Book review. So this is selecting a nonfiction text, usually professional development scope, and it's allowing you to essentially kind of read at your own pace and turn it in at the end of the semester. So you do have to tell me what book you're going to read. I do have some suggestions for you if you're unsure of what type of book to select. There are some options on here. It does need to be professional in nature and nonfiction, so keep that in mind. But this one, there's no real lectures associated with it, and if you have a really heavy schedule, you might find that this is one that would work best for you as one of your projects. Informational interview. So this is finding somebody that has a profession or a job that you are interested in having someday, and you interview them about that. You'll need to let me know who it is you're interviewing. You'll provide an email thread of your correspondence with them, and then you'll also provide me a summary of what you got out of the interview. I don't find someone for you to interview. You'll need to find that individual on your own, and so you'll need to let me know who that is. But people have, students who've done this in the past have found it very enlightening and have learned quite a bit about their dream job this way. DPG. DPG stands for Dietetic Practice Group. So this is a subsect of the Academy in Nutrition and Dietetics. So this project does have some money tied to it, which is why it's an option. You do have to be an Academy of Nutrition and Dietetic member. You can join as a student, which I believe is around $50. And then you would add this DPG membership on top of it. So dietetic practice groups are in a specific focus area, such as vegetarian nutrition or diabetes education, or maybe sports nutrition. So there's a specific area of practice, and it's getting together with like-minded individuals in professional manner to discuss this particular topic. So they usually have newsletters, sometimes they have webinars, they usually have a website. So joining this, you do get a lot of information as well as opportunity to network with each other. You do need to also interview somebody within the DPG, which is hence the email thread that you see on here, and there is a short presentation that you'll give at the end of the semester on the 15th in class. Usually I don't have a lot of students pick this one, so typically it's a fairly informal presentation where we sit around and we discuss your DPGs, what you picked, what went well, what did you like about it, what didn't you like about it, and so forth. Next is Career Services. So Career Services at ASU offers a lot of different workshops and opportunities to get you ready for the workforce. Things like interviewing, a lot of the things that I have in here, such as resumes, but they might actually have career fairs. That's the word. Career fairs, like, where you can go and actually talk to employers and things. So you are required to attend a couple different of their events and attend some lectures for 400. So the resume lecture and the interviewing skill lecture you'd have to attend for this project, and then you would also need to attend some other career services events. A lot of what they have right now still is on Zoom, so you might find that it works well for your calendar. You might just want to investigate what kind of workshops and such that they have and see if this may be a good fit for you. Career shadowing gives you the opportunity to find a professional that you would like to shadow for a few hours of the day to see what a day in their life is like in their position. Again, I don't set this up for you. You'd have to find the individual, the professional to shadow, and you let me know who that is in the communication. And then there is a timesheet you'll need to fill out, and then you will provide me a summary of your experience at the end of the semester. Basically what you learned, what you guys do that day, the time that you spent with that professional. At the end of the semester, there are a couple special projects that do meet on the 22nd. It's one of the last Mondays of the semester. And we get together and we talk about what you guys did. It's very informal. I usually have a game or something, and you guys talk about your experience. Career shadowing is one of those projects that's required to attend. Volunteer experience. This is an option for students who may be in need of beefing up their resume a little bit. They need some volunteer experience out there, and so you are in this, you would find your own opportunities. I do have a list of some that are out there, but a lot of students go to St. Mary's Food Bank or St. Vincent de Paul or Feed My Starving Children and get in their hours there. You need to let me know in the communication kind of your plans for where you're going to volunteer. You will need to attend lecture at the end of the semester for that special projects, and then you will have a timesheet you'll submit to verify your appearance or your time. I realized I didn't have this open. So Toastmasters is a project that is centered around public speaking. So if you're not comfortable with public speaking, or you feel like this is a place you need to work on, this is a professional club. They're all over the valley where you go and you practice public speaking. There's usually topics that the club or the group picks for the day, and then you get to practice speaking to the group on that topic. Students have found this really rewarding if they decided to do it and get some good experience out of public speaking. We don't have a lot of opportunities in your undergrad to get that kind of public speaking experience, and so this project provides you that option to do so. Continuing education is your last one. This is, basically attending different events in your area of interest, in your area of, education. So, for instance, you could go to a Lunch and Learn series that the tenure track faculty provide, review of their current research. I know Maternal Child Health has a whole series of lectures scheduled for the semester that you could attend. You just have to attend 4 and show proof of attendance. Usually it's by a flyer, or sometimes they give you like a CEU at the end, or a document to show that you attended. Something along those lines. You just have to provide proof of attendance. So this could be kind of like choose your own option of what you find interesting. You're already going to attend this event anyway, so you might as well get some credit for class for it. Okay. Last, the DTR exam. I do have some information. Once you graduate and your degree posts, you're eligible to take the dietetic technician registration exam. And so there's some, I help you with that process of getting approved for it. And so it'll give you, this module will give you information on how you go about that. If you want more information about, why to take the DTR, or how, or what's the benefits or advantages, or why should I'm happy to chat with you after class or via office hours and talk more nuances about that. And then last but not least on here is a whole bunch of information about internships and your internship guide. This will be helpful for when you do apply for internships. I will be reviewing some of these, how to apply this PowerPoint presentation in class next week. But if you can't attend that, you have the slides available to you to attend or to review, and you can always reach out via email or office hours to ask questions about internships. Okay. And this guide actually includes all the programs that are available for students to apply to all the internships. And it's in Excel and PDF, so you can search in whatever modality you prefer. So with that, I think that's all of your projects. So you'll want to select 3 and then complete your project proposal by the 5th of September to let me know what project you are completing. So please reach out if you have any questions, and thanks.